Punisher Comics. Come get some.
Hey everybody, Punisher Comics here, and yes, I am back. Did you miss me? So, before we dive into things, let me just clarify why I decided to take this week off from making videos. The main thing, I just wasn't feeling it this week. I was in a bit of a rut, and yeah, I just wasn't feeling it. You know, the normal happiness, I guess you could say, that comes with making videos just wasn't there. And I know some might say, you know, well, if you don't feel it anymore, well, I guess it's time to pack it in, you know? It's time to stop making videos. You just don't feel it anymore. Au contraire. I still love making videos for you, the viewers. It's just this week, I don't know, I just didn't have any enthusiasm for it. So, as I said on the Punisher Comics Facebook page, and those of you who are already part of the page, you already know what I'm saying, but for those of you who aren't, I don't know why you're not part of the page already, but anyway, this isn't about that. I decided to, you know, just relax, as I said on there, to cool my jets, give myself some me time, and then when the weekends, we'll see where we go from there. Well, the week is over. It's currently 7:45 Saturday morning, and I figure what better way to make my triumphant return than by doing a movie review. I haven't done one in a while, and I figured what better movie to pick for my return than Venom. I know some might be saying, well, why don't you go with Halloween? It just came out. True, and good pick for those of you out there who are saying that. I still haven't seen Halloween yet. But that will be vanquished as of tonight, because I'm going to see it. And I can't wait, because I love the Halloween franchise. Well, Halloween 1, 2, and 3. Not H2O and all that stuff. But with the new movie coming out, all those have been erased. So things have been fixed. Anyway, this video isn't about Halloween. It's about Venom. So, without further ado, folks, what do you say we finally get to this review, shall we? And before we continue, I know, even though the movie's been out for about 2 weeks now, there's still a lot of you out there who have not seen it, and I know the ones who haven't, majority of you still really do want to see it. So, I will say this, spoilers are ahead in some way, shape, or form, so if you don't want the movie being spoiled in any way, well, I highly suggest you stop watching right now and go watch something else enlightening, funny, informative. Might I suggest go check out Rhett and Link on Good Mythical Morning / Good Mythical More, because those guys are just awesome. And sitting at around 14 million subscribers, yeah, they must be doing something right. Anyway, so I said my spiel on why I was away this week, and I gave you my little disclaimer about spoilers. Now, let's get to it. So, like movie reviews I've done in the past, we're going to start with the plot to get that out of the way. So, after reporter Eddie Brock is attacked by an alien creature known as a symbiote, I'm very happy they corrected that in the movie, although it doesn't really matter how you say it, but I remember when I saw the very first trailer for this movie, they were saying symbiote. Boy, did that bug me. Now, I know it's a very trivial thing, but I've always called it symbiote. I've always heard it called symbiote. So, yeah. Anyway, doesn't really make a lick of difference whether it's symbiote or symbiote, because I've heard people say in the cartoon they used to call it symbiote. Anyway, so Eddie Brock is attacked by an alien creature known as a symbiote. And he discovers that he has powers beyond his wildest dreams. So, of course, soon after, he and his newfound parasite buddy must actually try and stop a mad doctor with very devious intentions. So there's your plot. Now, let's dive into the actual review. So, 2 weeks ago, audiences, along with myself, finally got to see what Ruben Fleischer and Tom Hardy had up their sleeves for the big screen adaptation of the iconic comic book character Venom. Now, with a trailer that didn't quite live up to expectations, or fan expectations, I should say, and a bit of controversy from those hoping, for those hoping to see Venom in some bloody R-rated glory, is there more than meets the eye when it comes to a less than stellar theatrical preview? Well, for this viewer, the answer is mostly yes. This is a fast-paced, comical, and sometimes thrilling superhero flick that occasionally feels more along the lines of a entertainingly cheesy creature feature. I mean, with a runtime of less than 2 hours, Fleischer attempts to play as close to the comic design as he can without actually linking Spider-Man. As well, the filmmaker pushes the audience and brutally making this a very dark PG-13. And frankly, I like the smaller world and the focus on Eddie Brock. Even with the flaws, it makes for an enjoyable movie-going experience. So, if you must know, I am reading my notes here on the computer. So, anyway, I want to try and get this done as quick as possible. It is the weekend. So, Eddie Brock, once again played by Tom Hardy, is a reporter willing to take a risk, no matter the cost. And when he is assigned a big interview with Dr. Charlton Drake, played by Riz Ahmed, I believe that's how you pronounce it, he decides to pursue a very controversial line of questioning, one involving possible deaths due to mysterious experiments that Drake is involved in. So after the interview, he, Eddie I'm talking about, and his fiancée, whose company works with Drake, Anne Weying, played by Michelle Williams, very, very fine-looking lady, both lose their jobs, and she breaks off the engagement with Eddie. Yet Brock was right all along about the evil doctor and his deadly experiments. So Drake has come into contact with symbiotes, blob-like alien life forms that can merge with seemingly any living creature here on Earth. So after Eddie is approached by a whistleblower working for Drake, the reporter finds himself host to one of the alien beings. Slowly but surely, he discovers that the creature can control his body, and the two beings merge, thus creating Venom. So, Venom is a complicated character for Marvel. The last time we saw him was in the uninspiring Spider-Man 3, and it didn't leave much of an impression, right? And frankly, it's a safe bet that Hardy is a big improvement over Topher Grace as the anti-hero willing to feed on flesh and bite off heads. Now, for the first hour or so, we get to know Eddie Brock as a reporter who has a bit of trouble playing by the rules. Once he's taken over by the symbiote, the duality of the role becomes quite entertaining. The back and forth between the two characters is very engaging, especially as the two find little comfort in their complicated situation. Hardy here is equally ferocious, funny, and surprisingly vulnerable as Eddie Brock, especially directly after he finds himself attached to Venom. I must say, the big car chase scene where he gets hit by the truck and his legs are broken, and then Venom comes out, and then when he changes back to Eddie Brock, and he's just like, my legs, they were broken, now they're not broken. I laughed my ass off at that, but it was great. But it goes with what I just said. Now, when it comes to the look of Venom, Fleischer and his team do I must say, admirable job. I mean, considering you have to make a black blob of goo look realistic. And the CG work is better than I had anticipated. And once Venom is revealed as part of Brock, you get a better sense of the character, and he looks quite impressive. Although, when that black blob is about to attack someone else, it lacks a little bit of the impact that it really should have. I mean, you see, Dr. Carlton Drake tends to experiment on random homeless people and others he views as a threat in hopes to find the perfect human symbiote match. Albeit the first victim that the symbiote takes as host is a bit reminiscent of The Hidden or even Jason Goes to Hell, which makes for a rather creepy sequence where in fact that aspect of the film truly does feel like a very 80s sci-fi monster movie, which I'm not really complaining about because I kind of dig them. Now, as far as the rest of the cast, both Michelle Williams and Riz Ahmed do nice work. It is especially entertaining seeing Williams in a film like this, playing off of Tom Hardy. And the two work nicely together. And as well, Jenny Slate is also quite good. Aside from how she says symbiote, going back to the beginning of the video here where I said in the first trailer they were all saying symbiote. Anyway. Yeah, her character is wasted a bit. It would have been nice to see her play a bigger part of this universe. In fact, as much as I anticipated the short running time, it does appear that a few key sequences have been left on the cutting room floor. And frankly, I'm not sure I firmly believe Venom's change of heart when it comes to the planet Earth. But like the other symbiotes that arrive, he is part of a deadly plan that would essentially wipe out the human race. And had the relationship between Eddie and Venom not worked as well as it does, well, that would have been an even bigger issue than it already is. So ultimately, Venom is better than I expected. Tom Hardy is terrific. And the actor is having a great time playing Eddie along with his new best alien pal. I mean, you can see it. And while the story is a bit obvious, I enjoyed the throwback to sci-fi alien invasion flicks. Ruben Fleischer has delivered a superhero feature that is frenzied and perhaps a little too, I don't know how to say it, fill in the blank at times. Yet, when Venom attacks, it's a glorious thing to watch. I mean, this is the kind of movie that you can just sit back and just take it all in like a sponge. Or, in this case, like your body taking on a symbiote life form. You know, and it's just don't think too hard about it. That's what I gotta say. You know, add to that a couple of inspired cameos, and you have a genuinely appealing Marvel flick. This won't change how you view superhero movies, at least I don't think so, but it's a great escape nonetheless. And now that the character has officially been established, hopefully we are closer to seeing Tom Hardy and Tom Holland come face to face for a proper Spider-Man and Venom mashup. At least I am. I'm hoping somewhere down the road we're going to get that. Because with the way Tom Hardy plays Eddie Brock / Venom, and for those of you who don't know, the actual voice of Venom is Tom Hardy, just heavily modified with computers and whatnot. Yeah. The way he plays Eddie / Venom, and the way Tom Holland is just killing it as Spider-Man right now. The shenanigans those two, I think, would get into would simply just be amazing. Now, maybe that's just me, die-hard comic book fan / geek talking, but I think it would be really, really cool. Anyway, so we've come to the end of the review, so it's now time for me to give you my score. So, Venom, I liked it. Therefore, I give this movie 7 out of 10. I highly encourage everyone out there who hasn't seen it yet and are not bothered by spoilers to actually go and see it. It's a great popcorn film. I actually saw it twice last weekend. I saw it on Saturday for the first time with my cousin, and then I went back on Sunday and I took my brother to go see it because my brother really digs Venom. So, I don't know, he just likes the monstrous character. Anyway, and he loved it. He was laughing at it, everything. So, yeah. And, again, just don't be critical. I know comic book fans in general, when we hear, such and such character is getting a movie, and if we know that character's backstory, if we know, well, in issue 287, he did this, so I hope they're going to put that in the movie, and if they don't, if it's a kind of a big deal, yeah, we're going to get pissed off about it, I know. But again, just think, at this day and age, we're getting these characters on the big screen, and that's just a privilege, I feel. So, we should all just go into these things, clear our heads, and we know we're in for a good time. Unless you were walking into the Green Lantern movie for the first time when it came out. Sorry, all DC / Green Lantern fans out there. I had to. But yeah, so yeah, I highly suggest you guys go see this. Great weekend popcorn film, hands down. Anyway, folks, that's my take on Venom. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, give her a thumbs up. If not, give her a thumbs down. And if you enjoy movie reviews like this, well, check out some of the other ones I did. The last movie review I did, I believe, was Infinity War. So, yeah, it's been a while since I did a movie review. So, anyway, so go check all that stuff out. And as well, while taking a look around the channel here, make sure to comment on any video you like, because I love reading them as well as answering them. Although I'm sure there's a bunch of comments that have piled up recently that I got to get to. So, thankfully, the weekend is here. I could crack down on that. And as well, while taking a look around the channel, make sure to like or dislike any video you watch. Yes, I did say dislike because let's face it, folks, no one's perfect. And when all is said and done, before leaving, make sure to click that subscribe button. Alrighty? So that's it for me, folks. I hope you guys have a great weekend. My weekend's going to be pretty chill. As I said, tonight I'm going to see Halloween. Can't wait. Tomorrow, Sunday, October 21st, for all the Pokemon Go players out there who still play the game, myself, it is Community Day, and what a community day it is. Beldum Community Day, chance to get shiny Beldum, chance to finally get shiny Metagross in the game, who is an awesome Pokemon, giant metallic crab-looking tank thing. It's awesome. And you get to learn the exclusive move, blah, blah, blah. For all the Pokemon Go players, you know what I'm talking about. Or I'm sure you follow the big Pokemon Go YouTubers, so they've covered all that stuff already. So yeah, so it's going to be pretty fun. And, yeah. So, with all that being said, folks, I'll see you back here on Wednesday for another awesome episode of The Regrettables. Again, I still wish I knew how to throw an echo on that to make it sound way cooler. Oh well, I don't know, so I'm just going to keep doing it like that. Alright, folks, again, you have a great weekend. I'll see you back here next week. So till then, I'm Punisher Comics. I am out.